Hello and welcome to Finextra. I'm Thea George and I'm here with Littlejohn of EBA Clearing, Saskia Devolder of SWIFT and Marc Bayle of the ECB. We're at Sibos 2017 in Toronto and we're talking about instant payments. Saskia, Marc, thank you for joining me.
Pleasure. Thank you.
So if I can come to you first, EBA Clearing is about to go live with a new pan-European instant payment system. Can you tell us about the banks you've got lined up for launch and also their go-live plans?
RT1 will go live in November, in about a month's time, together with the SCT scheme. We've had great support from the banks in developing it. 39 banks from all over Europe were helping us develop it. And now in November we'll go live, and we expect we'll have about 25 to start. That goes up and down a little bit depending on the last minute preparations. But then also by June of next year, according to what the banks have indicated, there should be about 50. And by November of the next year, 2018, we should see around 100 or so.
Okay, so things are really moving. Marc, with this move to real-time payments, obviously the banks are going to have to make quite some significant investments. At ECB, do you take any view on how the banks are going to realise the business case on real-time?
Well, as such, I cannot really comment the business case of the banks. I mean, this is their own concern. But what I do believe, however, is that instant payment is a very important field to develop today in Europe. And for the integration of our economy, it's very important to have good European, domestic, regional solution. For that purpose, the banks will have to offer something, otherwise other companies from outside of the banks field would come in. I mean, the GAFAs often are mentioned, not to say only those ones. So there is solution to find, services to bring to their customers for person-to-person payment, for person to e-commerce type of payment, even for commerce-to-commerce type of payment. So you have already different possibilities to develop offers, I think, for banks, and this will bring them certainly a business case in their side, but it's to them to define their business case, obviously.
Yeah, indeed. So Saskia, turning to you, SWIFT's obviously providing connectivity on a global basis to banks. How do you think the banks can manage these big investments around real-time?
Banks will be looking for, first of all, the proof for future, so making sure that for the next couple of years they're geared up, they can, they can do more of these instant payments, and they can offer additional services. The second is the reuse of their infrastructure, what they are being built for the future, that can be used for more. And innovation is the third element, that they can offer innovative solutions together with the community, together with others like SWIFT, for example, or that they can use other innovative solutions to give them to their consumers and corporate clients.
So Marc, coming back to you, ECB has announced that you will launch TIPS in 2018 as part of the Vision 2020, which will also see you invest in Target 2. If real-time payments take off, as we've seen in other markets, will there even be a need for high-value payment systems?
No, it's a very good question. Indeed, there will be a need, because the need is different. I mean, the type of product is different. In the field of instant payment, we speak much more of SEPA credit transfer instant, SCT inst, which are retail payment activities. And the type of services that we will develop together with other providers, ACE is there also to show other services, and SWIFT will support this. We will have to have solutions for retail. Now it does not change the need for wholesale payments. Real-time gross settlement processes are needed with optimization mechanisms, which are not available in the field of instance. So we still need those dual type of offer. However, technology allows a certain convergence. So the instantaneity and the fact that those services will be available probably on a wider type of opening hours is certainly going in this direction, but still two offers necessary.
So back to you. As we've been talking about, there are going to be two pan-European instant payment systems, plus some for CSMs from CSMs. How do you think that's going to impact the development of real-time going forward?
Really important. Our users have told us consistently that it's really critical for them to have complementary pan-European systems for their payments. And we have experience with this with Target 2 and Euro 1 for nearly 20 years now. And we work together with the ECB and with the other players in the ecosystem to minimize the implications of having to participate or to use more than one system. The other interesting thing that's happening now as a result of the instant payments is having an infrastructure, as Marc said, enables a lot of instant payments, but the real work now begins with the banks and their launching of products and the uptake with consumers, which will determine the success of the product in the end.
So Saskia, SWIFT has announced that you will connect to RT1 and to TIPS and indeed to the CSM systems. Was it difficult for SWIFT to choose which one of these systems to back?
We actually want to allow our banks to make that choice. different banks, different customers that they might have to connect to several systems or only to one. So we want to allow them to connect to the best system, but only use potentially one connectivity to get to all these different solutions and to choose the right partner to do so.
So I've got one more question for you all. PSD2 is very, very nearly here. It sets the legal framework for integrated electronic payments across Europe. How do you think that is going to affect the development of instant? Hayes, you first.
Well, it's clearly PSD2 changes the landscape for payments by opening up banking across Europe. The instant payments itself will be just another mechanism to settle payments or to clear payments within PSD2. So the creativity that comes out of having instant payments combined with PSD2 is really up to the banks to determine, and we'll see some very, very clever products, I think, in the banks and probably also in the TTP space.
So what about you, Saskia? What's your take on PSD2?
Well, I first think that Hayes already made a very good point, but I also believe that the retailers will play an important role in that. How fast are they going to request more and more of these instant payments? Will definitely push for innovation and for creation of new products and services by the banks.
Marc, thoughts on PSD2 to finish?
Yeah, no, I would very much share what my colleagues have said. In addition, I would say what is very important for us is that this PSD2 is opening the doors for payment, for newcomers should be a way to support the development of the European economy. So that's really the angle, the political access, I would say, that has been given. In this respect, we should do, all of us, I think, should do all we can to promote the use of tools. Instant payment is one of them, was the topic of today. And for that, we should be proactive, pushing the banks to use it and to offer it to their customers. In this respect, we just announced this morning that we will launch a challenge for apps, instant apps challenge, in pushing the banks to offer a solution to their customers to use those tools which are provided there. I think it's very important today for us in Europe.
This has been great. Thank you, Hayes, Saskia, Marc.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching.